shown like the rest of it was. So, and was that just to protect the jury from being seen, or was there another reason for that?
Yeah. And then they talked about, like, so essentially he had, 14 minutes to do what he had to do and get out of there after the murders. And so, does that make sense? The distance and the time, you just got to feel it. You got to know and see
it's different, when you can actually be there to visualize.
I'm surprised they didn't go see the grandma's house, since we spent probably 2 days
Alameda.
of trial
Let's go on to Alameda.
Grandma's house.
Do a little
and where her bedroom
drive-by. So stupid.
They should have went there too, because I want to know their opinion.
Go dig through the shed.
I was just like, why does it matter where he parked when he visited his mom? He wasn't there.
Well, and we've talked about how SLED was kind of called out a lot of times in this trial, and Amy, I know you agree that SLED did not do the best job with this investigation.
No, they did a horrible job. I'm going to say it out loud, a horrible job, and I mean that with all sincerity. I mean that because, this is the issue, is that the victims deserve better, the community deserves better, the state of South Carolina deserves better. These are supposed to be the best of the best, and we're not getting the best of the best. And the defendant deserves better, everybody deserves better in that situation. But the problem becomes is, because this could have easily just as went as a not guilty. I'm just going to be honest with you. Yeah. It could have went the other way. We've seen juries come back, we think it's going to be a total, a guilty in 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's lingering and it's a not guilty or a hung jury. So, it could have went the other way. And now, but that it hasn't, and it went the right way, I seriously doubt there will be any kind of accountability. And if we don't acknowledge it, we can't fix it. And that's the real problem for me. Because essentially they were manufacturing evidence against someone, and that's not okay. Whether it's Alec Murdaugh or me or Joe Blow down the street, everybody deserves a fair shake. And we're not going to sit around and make up evidence.
Yeah.
It's not fair. We don't do that. That's no. You should go to prison if you do stuff like that.
So you don't think
they need to fix it?
You don't think SLED will make any kind of change?
No.
Because I feel like they were called out so much.
You didn't see their victory lap and their press conference?
People are challenging SLED in court every single day.
And so it really takes a lot.
In my 5 years of practice, they haven't changed. So I'm not hopeful, but SLED is challenged every single day in every single county.
What do you do as an attorney for something like that? Do you hire your own people to go out and do those investigations separately?
Hire all their own experts.
If you have the money to do it, that's where the power play really comes into it. The state can have SLED making up evidence, doing whatever they want. The defendant,
the burden shifts to them to go figure out that they're doing it.
The burden shifts to the person who's supposed to be presumed innocent to hire other people to challenge all of this. And so that's why for me, SLED doing this is so messed up, because we all deserve better in that instance.
And the defense had the worst experts I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah, they did. And he has money to pay for them.
I'm like, because that it was probably the best money you can buy. And it was the worst.
It was not good.
It was not good. It was the worst testimony. It was the worst, all of it. There were just so many other experts that we've used in the past that would have been absolutely wonderful, that would explain things to the jury. They didn't have any of that. They were confusing me, and I'm a lawyer who tries murder cases.
Yeah.
So if they got me confused for the defense, that's not a good thing. They weren't clear about anything.
I was confused even with the, was it the coroner that spoke?
That was the time, the little guy
body?
with the...
No, the female who examined the bodies.
Oh, the pathologist?
Maybe.
I thought you were talking about the little old man. He was just a filler that was talking about rectal thermometers. I remember watching these chats, the rectal thermometer, like, what the hell? And I'm like, he's a filler. They weren't prepared to start, and they're just like, this guy will take up 30 minutes and we'll ask him a bunch of stuff about random things like rectal thermometers. But no, you're talking about the pathologist.
Yeah, well, just because I kind of felt that way with her, too, because they were like, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? And she's like, I don't know. I don't write any of that stuff down. I just kind of do a brief overview of how they die, and I just kind of write it down. But I thought that was kind of interesting too, just as an eye opener of they really don't investigate these dead bodies that come through. But I don't know.
It's not like CSI.
No. We wanted to be like Law and Order and CSI, and we're just never going to get it.
Yeah. Because we're like, where are the X-rays? Where are the blah blah? She's like, I just didn't do them. Yeah.
I didn't do X-rays.
Yeah.
Well,
I noticed there was a bullet. I wrote down the bullet. That's it.
Brains blown out. Cause of death. pretty clear.
Yeah.
Brains blown out.
Did not investigate anything else.
Sade.
Yeah, there were some leaked images of the trial, of the
Of what? Oh, gosh.
of the
I'm glad I
bodies.
didn't see it.
Of
I can't
wanna
ever
see
see it. I'm glad I didn't
of
see it.
Maggie and Paul
I don't like that.
that were
I don't
shot.
like that at all.
I don't want to see that.
And I know that there was, they were investigating who posted them because they were about to get in big trouble, but I don't even know how, because they said it wasn't somebody on the jury. It had to be somebody like in the room.
It had been somebody in the clerk's office, isn't that
But
what
I just thought that was interesting.
somebody within the clerk's
That's
office?
not good.
I don't know.
Thought that it was leaked?
That happened.
Yeah. But lots of
that.
things, lots of random side things that have popped up from this case.
I think though that everybody thought that this. So Dick Harpullion kept saying, we want to put all this behind us when he kept asking for a speedy trial in his motion. And he kept arguing, we just all want to put this behind us, because I think that everybody desperately wants it to be done, But I think instead of like this being the closure of it, I think this is Pandora's box, because we're still not satisfied with, the answers, the Stephen Smith, the Gloria Satterfield, all these things. And I really believe that this is just Pandora's box. We're just getting started. So I'm excited about
Especially,
that.
I mean, I think maybe it would have been over and done with had it not been so widely publicized, because everybody's invested now, and you've got the Netflix show and the HBO show and all
Court
the
TV.
shows. Everybody's waiting for the movie.
We're sitting here talking about it right now.
We're talking about it too. So that definitely complicates things. To which fact, also, I'm curious about the jury. I mean, how do they keep the jury from getting all this information? Do they put them in hotels and kind of try to seclude them, or they just like go out in life and pretend like you don't know?
Normally
Just tell
we
you
would
don't watch
have
TV.
sequestering.
Yeah.
You would normally see that they would be sequestered, which none of the witnesses in the trial would be able to come in the middle of the trial.
So like Buster wouldn't be able to sit there the whole time.
Buster wouldn't be able to sit there if he was going to testify.
Gotcha.
Or maybe he would, because he's considered a victim under the...
I don't know.
But no one else would be able to. But we saw that in this case because no one asked for it to be. And I think that the reason behind that is, and I don't know if this is, I'm just educated guess here, is because it was going to be on Court TV, and every night you could just go home and watch it if you wanted to.
So there is no sequestering.
So really there is no,
yourself from this.
it's,
Well, that's
it's
what I'm saying. There's no way.
facade,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm sorry, but there's no way that this jury did not know anything about this, or didn't receive some sort of outside knowledge of what's going on. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
You would be
Judge
surprised
Newman gives a
how
very-
serious jurors take that,
God, I hope so.
because we know, especially now more than ever, that everybody is listening and watching, and there's a digital footprint everywhere we go with everything.
Yeah.
The fear that they would go on their computer and then,
caught.
if I was on
get
the
caught,
jury and I sat through that all day,
the last thing I'd want to do is go
every
home and look
day
at it
for
again.
how long? A month?
6 weeks.
I'm not going to look at something and ruin it.
When I go home, I'm gonna cook dinner. I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna go to sleep. And they like, hey, I gotta do it again tomorrow. I mean, I wouldn't be up there googling things because there's no way that this was kept from people in the beginning. I mean, even when they were doing jury qualifications, they openly admitted that they had heard about it or seen it on the news or whatever. But as a juror, I wouldn't have been going home.
The last thing
I
they
would
wanted
have
to
listened
do
exactly
is-
what that judge told me.
They're in there doing
Said-
laundry, trying to make sure they got clean
And
underwear.
we're here talking about how much we love and respect Judge Newman, and like you will hear all the time as a lawyer that when you walk into that courtroom, the jury doesn't like lawyers; they love the judge. And Judge Newman
Total.
has that presence, and he gave them a very scary lecture.
When life gets